Hey, what's up, everybody? On Deck with Third Eye Cam. Today's date, March 20th, 2021, and the time is 11:04. Yes, I just woke up an hour ago, and I cut my beard 2 days ago. I needed to release some negative energy off of me. So, biblically, when you gotta release negative energy, you rent your hair, you cut it, it'll grow back. This ain't the first time. Today, got some weird anomalies over my head. I'm not gonna say what they are for the sake of the ones that get their feelings hurt. We're gonna let y'all take a look and you figure it out. All I know is that they're beautiful. We've seen them before, and we're gonna go from there, and I'm gonna point them out. And I think I'm gonna be using somebody's other words, not to be sarcastic. I need to prove points here. I'm not doing this for my pride. I have no pride, not like I used to have. My pride is in the wisdom aspects, not arrogance. There we go. Check it out. Okay, so I'm in my favorite usual spot. Let me back it up. And this right here, about an hour ago past, I can see it coming outside my window from the west. Now this is my east. All right, you see that? So if it's just earth clouds, then why all the chemtrailers? Look at that. All that right back there going along the tail of that object. And I'm not gonna cut corners and go all quick and crazy. We're gonna take our time and dissect this. Over here, we'll come back to some things if I'm missing things. We got an X right here, as always. Like I said, we got all these chemtrails. I'm gonna swing around to it, but this object, let's scour in close to it. Just trying to figure out what it is. What do y'all think it is? I won't say. The word of the day is object. I saw I'm not being funny. Trying to help people understand, get past their ignorance. It's just whether it's some kind of oid or another oid. It's more than just fly through clouds. That word I will use today. All right, so this is my north. You can see this the tail of it, and we got something kind of above my head. Yep, another rock, another object. Now this back here has got me kind of astounded because I can see it approaching. It's actually gotten bigger. It was a little bit smaller than that. All this right here was actually sitting over there, and that was 20 minutes ago. Yeah, give or take 20 minutes ago. So I had to beat up my cat this morning. He beat me up at the door. He likes to get his rub downs. He's a big old fat gray Shawtrax cat. He looks like an Egyptian cat, all gray, solid dark gray, like solid. Matter of fact, y'all seen him. His name is Meowgi. Meowghi, because he's a little Asian cat and he's tough as nails. He's the alpha cat in the neighborhood, so he beat up all the other cats and he's making a lot of kids. So I get to pick me some kittens down the road, and they're getting big too with their mamas. All right, so we see that. That's my west. That's from whence things are coming. Anybody on the West Coast should see this before me. If they're outside in front of their house in an open area looking westwardly, and they could upload their videos long before I do and debunk me. I just gave you a hint. Get to it. Can't get stuck in one place all your life. I've never been that type of person. Anyways, look at all these chemtrails. Why would the government waste so much money to fly all these jets across here, and these are not going to the airport? By the time the jets get here, they're in glide mode and they're at a way lower elevation than that. Like, so close I can read them. Back this way is where the airport is, over in that direction. You see, that direction, yeah, the airport's in that direction. Okay, so these objects, because that's the word of the day. I can't use my oid names, because some people, like I said, their little feelings get hurt. If we're chasing just clouds, then why is it showing that spherical? And why does it have a tail? All the way to the fruit back. And then you see these chemtrails tracing that same tail here. Back west, sorry for bumping the camera. I got big clumsy feet. Where is it? Okay, there it is. So we got here, this side showing up, lit up, of this object. Right here, you can see some craters in it. And they got lateral band lines. So these are the details you got to get past all the clouds. This plumes of clouds is coming off of that object. This is the bottom of that object. See how it curves around. I'm doing this for the slow ones, for the ones that reject. So you got the bottom of it, clouds coming off of it, going back, being burnt back that way, probably behind it to the rear where I can't see past the tree. And I'm seeing some of the landmass of that object. All right, good to go. We tracking. Wow. Over here is another object. Right here, they're clustered all over each other. They might be the A-oids and not the P-oids. There we go. We're gonna use that. And not the M-oids. It might be M-oids, A-oids, or P-oids. Y'all, excuse me, y'all. I'm still like, when I get into a real heated discussion with idiots, not sentient beings, but idiots, it takes it a while to get out my system. And the full moon is on the rise, so you can add that to like my irritation. Our moon is at what, probably 27% wax now. It was at 13 yesterday, somewhere around that figure. Oh, look at this, man. Okay, so check this out. Let me show y'all some interesting situation that I just saw behind my shades. Okay, so all this is white cloudage. People can't distinguish because their brains move too slow, and that's why third eye cam is here. I do have a third eye all my life. So here is another object, a P-oid, A-oid, or M-oid in the sky. Sorry about that. It has it's on an atmospheric handshake. Let me reset because I done screwed it up. This thing right here, wherever this is, it's I can see it clearly. They always got waves and bands whispering around it of cloudage. This is really hard to try to explain this to people when y'all not paying attention. This object right here. You know, I can't stand when freaking people surround me. This guy just sharked all the way around my goddamn truck. Just like that. No, I'm not gonna put that in there. He's being nosy. I don't like that. Like I said, the moon is gonna affect me today. I'm gonna go ahead and let this ride. Y'all need to know how third eye cam is when he's irritated. So I'm gonna let that ride, and I've been irritated. These idiots caught me when the moon was on the rise. So this object right here, you can see the backside of it now. It's got little lateral bands, and it's got plumages. So now I'm seeing it better. Actually, that's the same object, so it moved over. Let me make sure, let me put my shades on. Okay, so I see that one. Let me go wide for y'all. I need to dissect this. I'm not spinning my camera as much because it's on my tripod, and this gives us the time to really look at things. I'm telling you guys, it's really hard living in a world full of non-believers. It's really hard living in a world full of non-believers when you're trying to advance scientifically, not arrogantly. You just want to know. That's all I've ever been. If you ever meet me, I don't care how rich or whatever you are, I mean girls you got or whatever, I'm not the type to be jealous, y'all. I'm so extraordinary that I do my own thing, and I've actually been forced to slow down. If y'all seen me in my heyday as a, when I was in college, high school, college, and military, my life was off the chain. And I'm not one of those has-been guys. I'm like, I don't want to get stuck in reliving those days. I'm just letting you know, this is my next direction and journey. I'm looking to see what is, but above our head is a whole bunch of objects. Clouds just don't make swirly patterns for nothing, and our wind ain't blowing that hard. The wind blows straight and at grand curvatures, and clouds are not going to just form up in a spherical circle. For you hard-headed ones, our people that are in charge are all around the world ain't gonna tell y'all that there's another solar system of P-oids far enough away from the Earth, but they can be seen by us. Objects far away from the Earth that can be seen by us. And they're M-oids and they're A-oids. And a lot of people that I had to deal with a couple days ago are A-oids. Straight up A-oids. I'm gonna get over this, y'all, but it's hard. I kind of got like a Hulk mentality. Once you get me pissed, I have to either reconcile. No, I have to verbally spank you, face to face, toe to toe, or strangle you, then slap you back awake, and then strangle you and pass you out again. Not KU, not KIA you. Just gonna strangle you, and then I'll call the ambulance for you and the police, and I'll let them put the handcuffs on you. That's how gallant I am and respectful. After I give you a thorough 8-oid whooping, I'll get over this. Trust me, this is not the first time. You gotta understand too, I've been to war, so I got a bit of a PTSD. All that, and not just war. You gotta go through everybody's irritation while you're in the military. Up the chain of command, down the chain of command. If you got common sense, and you got people that kind of lose it before you. They start turning into major 8-oids, and you just want to kick them and duct tape them to their chair in their office. I went through plenty of them. I hope some of them listening to me. Anyways, y'all can keep believing that there are no objects above our heads. Keep believing it. You really don't believe in the Bible, so when all this comes full circle to kicking your butt because you didn't prepare your mind, then please don't cry. Just stand there and take it. Look at all these chemtrails. That was the X that got formed earlier, and that they cross up to blot out, whatever objects are incoming. They don't want us to see them. So this whole world, everybody, including people that are bitching about my objects that are passing over that I called P-oids, A-oids, and M-oids. Let me put them in alphabetical order for you doctrine ones. A-oids, M-oids, and P-oids. Alright? Your objects. Y'all are in contraband, and those that have the power to fly across this is in contraband. On the biblical level, the Bible spoke about this cluster of objects that came in that one guy ran ahead and put his name to designate himself the all grand freaking Skywatch savior. And in the Bible, it refers to the name of these cluster of planets as, I said the name, cluster of objects as wormwood. That's what they named it. All right. I'm slowing down so that we can understand what's going on. And a lot of people, honestly, they have brought me off my echelon, but that's good because that's where I go and gather myself and get a lot more stricter and intelligent on myself first and foremost, so I can make sure I'm not making a mistake, because I don't want to be bringing nothing bad to y'all. That's why I said we're trying to figure out what this is. All right. They haven't come close enough where we can actually see them, but trust me, you don't have earthquakes and happening all around the world simultaneously, pretty much, and volcanoes all just exploding, going off at once, unless something is pulling on them from a spatial point of view. Our planets don't pull on us. Mercury, Venus, the moon, our little satellite, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and Planet 9 don't pull on us that hard. They don't. Something has come into our solar system, and everybody was jumping on me talking about why we're still here. Oh, you're gonna see in time. There's gonna be an end of the world. We might live through it to see it. If you don't see it, you're gonna see it from a hellish or heavenly point of view. You're gonna see it, and then you're gonna understand this guy. Look at this, the object right here. Same object, right here in this quadrant. You can see it. It's got the bands wrapping around it. It's spherical right here. It's in this cloud cover. It's probably bigger than what I circled, but I can see it. And it's got something beside it too. Another object. So you got that object, a smaller object, all trailing behind that object. I know a lot of your parents probably did drugs when you were inside their shaft in their womb. And I'm not being funny, but I've noticed a shift with people's calibrations of their minds. My parents didn't do drugs. I got them little perfect parents. My daddy was a really smart guy, still is, didn't have time for drugs. He worked on the farm all his life, and all he wanted to be is wealthy. My mother loves to be educated. She didn't have time for drugs. So therefore I got to come out normal. I didn't do drugs. I didn't care for it. don't care for. I don't even take my freaking medicines if it's not a necessity. I only take so much and then I'll go back to my normal life. But I eat a certain way and I live a certain way. So my kids, my sons, my daughter came out highly intelligent, and I didn't let them cry. Like I see a lot of people that fall out all over the mall, let the kids fall out in the mall and cry. I didn't do that with my kids. I kept a backpack with snacks in it, toys, you know, something to pacify the children. Drink, you know, those little drink juices. And as a result, because my kids didn't have to scream in the malls and anywhere we went, they got to keep majority of their brain cells. Like some kids lose their brain cells early on, and their parents have their little dumb, dirty habits, and the kids become slowed in life. Now, growing up, I did get beatings, and I told my mother that, you know, when you spank your children excessively, because my mother's part Indian, Cherokee, when you spank your kids excessively, they will lose some brain cells. So I didn't spank my kids excessively. I popped them when they was babies. It was a very light pop, enough to just get their attention. And like I said, I had to be very careful. I was a trained military man. You can hurt folks. But I rarely had to pop my children. Rarely. Probably like, I got 2 boys, probably 2 occasions, and they were years apart. Other than that, they listened. I trained them up in the ways of a Marine, the way that they trained me from boot camp, because I loved that experience. It was awesome. Like I said, my dad was Army. He trained me a certain way, but he did it a different, harsh way because he was used to a certain harshness. But it was all good. It made me tough. And that's why I can deal with people and tighten their aoids up when they start conducting out of pocket with me. I'm a force to be reckoned with. And that's only God-given, not because I got it. Kind of like your Hercules. I could be the black Hercules. And there's a lot of us that have black superpowers. Everybody was on that. Is a object right here-ish. All right, so I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna move about, me and my car, my truck. This guy right here. We're gonna move about and see what pops out today, and I'm gonna go ahead and post this video and get things going. It's gonna be another busy day. I can already see it, and I love days like this. I think this summer a lot is going to happen, and a lot of people are going to get so shook and woke up that they're going to remember me. Oh, here's what they were hiding. So there's my other object, the outlay of it. So it's going in here. Yep, and there's the dark side of it, and here's your light side of it. Oh, there's another controller. And then there's this moon right here. The outlay was being lit up. There's a controller right there. See if we can catch him. He's headed exactly to the room. That's crazy. See, every time that I point something out, a controller comes inbound. I hope y'all can see him, but that's another object, a P-oid. And they shoot the controllers across the back of it to hide it. Get back it up. Can y'all see that P-oid? Just for the day, I'm going to forego my usual words unless I get too excited. But now see why those chemtrails. And we stood here long enough for y'all to see how this works. Let me educate some of y'all further. These P-oids, M-oids, and A-oids, they cast off a lot of atmospherical debris. So they will intermix with our upper stratosphere. Our outer atmosphere extends all the way out to the moon. So that's big enough to cause some kind of chaos and what have you. There's another, oh, that's actually an aoid right there, right beside the light. Y'all need me to point it out? You should be able to see it. There's his tail going all the way back there, all the way back to the west coast. So somebody should be able to see it before me. But since he's so stuck on his narrative, and I'm glad you're stuck on your narrative, you keep making me look good. You look good too, but you're just off your path. You're on everybody else's path to get fame because you want to look good, and that's fine. You're an entertainer. I'm a researcher. I can stand back and be bored in the background and be as I am. Oh, there's another controller. Be as I am to see the results. See that controller right there. I don't need to be out in the forefront. classes with thousands of people. As a Marine, oh, there's another chemtrail. Damn, see? As a Marine, they have you teach classes, what we call teach backs, to remind you of certain things all the way back to boot camp, or when we have our safety stand downs. I've done those classes. So there's 2 chemtrails headed again to my AOID. See, they don't just fly for nothing. Those ain't going to the airport. Those are supersonic military jets, Space Force. I hope y'all can see them. The sun is so bright out here, I can't see nothing on my camera screen. I need an Oculus. That's what I need. I need one of them hair units to put my phone onto and recording that way I can actually. I'm gonna have to look into that today. If I can stick my phone in, I got a remote so I can record and talk and have it hooked to my head and see strictly through the camera. Okay. So these guys just want to cross that object right there. One just hit it just now. Yep, I can see him. He's going across the front of you. Y'all should be able to see him too. The other one's coming up from behind. I can see him streaming up from here. Make sure I got him. Should be somewhere right here. There he is. I can track him off between my eyes and the clouds. Look, and there's another AOID object. See how spherical it looks? But y'all giving me hell about just my pure observation. So I'm going to say that a lot of you that are giving me hell about just what I'm viewing, you're in contraband. And there's the same chemtrail. He turned, went northeast. Y'all should see him pop out past his light. Y'all are in contraband. Y'all are in cahoots with what they call the devil, because biblically, when we start seeing these signs in the sky, and this is why I'm so interested in them, because I do research through my Bible and I listen to people who really infinitely break the Bible down, that when the forces of evil, the powers of principality, see these signs in the sky, they will know that their end is at hand. We got P-oids, A-oids, M-oids, and we got all this distraction on the planet. And then we got all these simple people who don't look up, who don't do the research like myself, so caught up in their cartoon world. And I'm talking about the cronies, not the main sequencer. They're so caught up in their cartoon world that when something real hits them in the face, they mock it. Please keep mocking. It's going to send you all straight to the outermost, aka hell. And I won't be able to help you, and I won't help you. I'll just come stand on a ledge divided between the outermost and where I'm going to be closer to my God with a nice cold bottle of water. And I'm going to drink it right there, and you're going to beg me for something. I'm like, oh, have a good day. There's another chemtrail right there. Again, they're still sweeping through. So it's going to be a quite busy day for them. None of us can explain why these P-oids are in this vicinity and why they haven't tipped the earth yet, but they will at some point. All right, so what I'm gonna do is move on. Look at that trailer. Look at that sea trailer. We're gonna be using those words today, since everybody's feelings get hurt. If you say words like chemtrailer, planetoid, moonoid, asteroid, and it does not set well with them, and that's the only time you're gonna hear me use those words today, then their little feelings get hurt, and then they want to go get a whole crew of people, say something ugly to you, and when you put them in check, then they want to use their gender against you and call you a boy and a prick. But they're sitting somewhere comfortably on the other side of the world like little demons trying to provoke you, knowing that if they were in your face, they'd be the nicest little shits. I guarantee you, a lot of y'all, if you met me, you'd be nice. I did grow up in the hood. I will smack the effing S out of you. Everybody can boast about, oh yeah, I got this and I got that, but ain't too many people can talk like I talk. All right, police just messed up my whole show. They came through. Guess it's a funeral. That's why I had to cut my camera. Here's a funeral. So let me be silent for the funeral. Somebody big must have passed away. Had to. I've never seen one undercover, one police cruiser, looks like my cruiser, and 3 sheriff cars. All right, anyways. Yep, there's the hearse. God bless that soul. We pray him to be with God if he's a good soul. Seriously. And amen. I don't pray like that in public. And I'm not being funny either. That's a serious deal. Today's March 20th, y'all. It's the Hebrew Israelite New Year, not the world New Year. Look at that. Chemtrail, he's supersonic all the way out there. All right, I'm gonna take a break and we're gonna come back. All right. So y'all hang tight, and we're gonna see what we can see. Hopefully today we'll see something phenomenal. I'm hungry. We'll go get some food. All right, poof.